Welcome back to Senpai's Craft Beer Cast. Today we are doing another beer from Founders. This is Dirty Bastard. It is a Scotch ale. I like Founders beers. I know it's another beer from Founders, but honestly, I went to the ABC store and I tell you, man, the selection is just not great. It's not great at all. It's also very windy, and it keeps fucking up my. Like, he was knocking over my phone, so hopefully that doesn't interfere too much with the video. I'm going to try to, I set something behind it, so hopefully it'll stop, ruining my shit. But anyway, let's kind of get into it because I don't know how much time I have before everything goes all fucky. Let's get into the bottle. So, it says right there, Founders Dirty Bastards, Scotch Style Ale. Founders Brewing Co., Grand Rapids, Michigan. 49503. 8.5% alcohol by volume, 50 IBUs. So good it's almost wrong, dark ruby in color. And brewed with 7 varieties of imported malts. Complex and finished with hints of smoke and peat. Paired with a malty richness and a right hook of hop power to give it the bad attitude that a beer named Dirty Bastard has to live up to. Ain't for the wee lads. Bottled on December 15th, 2020. Government warnings, UPC labels, all that shit. 12 fluid ounces. So yeah. You can see it's got a plaid pattern on it with what looks to be a Scottish dude, perhaps. Anyway. Crack it up. See if it really is dark ruby in color. Brewed for us. That's what it says there. Guess I could have put it like up to the. I'm not going to do all that. That's too much fucking work. Actually, we're going to do this. Like, I don't know how much. Okay. So, looks like it will be a nice kind of rubyish color. I would say mixed with a little bit of copper. Coppery brownishness going on. Pretty dark. Ruby's definitely a good word for it. Head is tan. About a quarter inch. Taking a minute to dissipate, but not too long. Overall, pretty beer. Try to get some of that condensation down. Nice, kind of like some red edging along the sides there when the whatever light we have hits it. Pretty. But, what does a Dirty Bastard smell like? A lot of huge malt in there. You definitely get a whole lot of smoke. I smell like caramel. I don't know what the hell peat smells like. So, but it's got a nice woody thing going for it. I don't, like I say, it's got like a kind of, what does it say here? Malty richness and a right hook of hop power. I don't really get a lot of hops, at least in the nose. I mean, that hits you with malt. I mean, that's pretty good. Mostly you get a lot of caramel and smoke in that. Maybe some raisin, some other sort of fruit, prune, some shit like that. Smells good. Smells like it should. Smells like fucking Scotch ale. So, let's go. You know the next thing. Alright, so mouthfeel. That's the medium. Kind of like a thinner, on the thinner side of medium. It's not bad. It's kind of what I would expect out of it. Now, it's got kind of a creamy thing to it as well. It tastes like a big beer. Now, I would say, in the flavor, it's got a lot. This thing packs a fucking punch. Okay. Anyway. A lot of smokiness. It's a very earthy beer. You get a lot of smoke, a lot of kind of like caramel coming from the malts. I want something maybe grassy. But that could just be the hops. Not a bad thing at all. Yeah, a little bit of a bitterness, kind of in the end of the taste there. This is good. I mean, it's packed with. You get a lot of like the smokiness. Yeah, a little bit of like a burnt, not burnt coffee, but like a dark kind of coffee. It's very subtle, but it's there. No chocolate, vanilla, anything like that. But it's probably a Scotch ale, dude. Like it's a very good example of a Scotch ale as well. Good fucking lord, man. You get a little bit, maybe like a very bitter citrus coming off the hops. And there is a little bit of an alcohol bite to it. So if you don't like beers that have an alcohol thing going, like you can kind of get a little bit of the burn from the alcohol, I wouldn't really recommend it because it's definitely there. But I don't mind that as long as it doesn't overpower any of the flavors, which this does not overpower shit. Yeah, I like this a lot. And a 6-pack of 12-ounce bottles. I believe this is a year-round release from them as well. I have to look into it. I'm not 100% sure, but I do think it's year-round. It's fantastic. 6-pack, 12-ounce bottles ran me. Swear to God, something keeps landing on me. I think $10.50 for 8.5% beers is pretty fucking fantastic in my opinion. Just because it's not a beer. Because I also bought a beer from Kona Brewing, Hanalei, I think, Island IPA. It's 4.5%. I got it just so I could have, a couple playing games or something, and not actually feel too many of the effects of the alcohol. But this, like, it's the perfect beer for if you know you're not doing anything that day and you just want to sit around, space out a 6-pack throughout the day, kind of keep a buzz going. This is fucking fantastic, especially if you want it to taste good while you do it. If you've never had a Scotch ale, I'd say this is actually a pretty good place to start, because I've had a couple Scotch ales that are just, they don't taste good. It's kind of a fucking problem. But this is fantastic. I mean, if you're in Founders distribution area, I would say pick it up, man. It's a good fucking beer. I was hesitant. I've seen this beer many times before, and I was always like, I don't really want it. That was when I was drinking mostly IPAs and stouts. But I've started branching out, trying different styles, and I mean, Scotch ales have actually been one of my favorite styles so far that I've had. That isn't like a double IPA, a hazy IPA, imperial stouts. I'm always gonna love imperial stouts and shit like that. But as far as like styles, you don't get a whole lot. Like not a whole lot. You don't see a lot of Scotch ales come out. You don't see a lot of barley wines. You don't see. You get a lot of like pilsners. I don't really like pilsners. They're just so. I don't think there's a whole lot of complexity to them, but this is good, man. I like complexity in my beers, and this has it. You get a whole world of flavors, and I mean, unfortunately, I can't get a whole. There are flavors I can't really put my finger on. I mean, there's definitely some fruitiness in there that is not coming from the hops. Maybe almost like a grapey kind of thing going on, which could be like a raisin or a prune. Kind of like a dark, dried fruit. That's very good. $10.50 for 6 of them, man. Go ahead and pick it up, man. If you see this anywhere, go ahead and pick it up. I like Founders as a brewery. They have some really good stuff. They probably have the best, just basic porter you'll fucking find out there. It's fantastic. So, yeah. So if you like this video, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe for me, subscribe to this channel, share it. Leave me a comment. If there are any beers that you think I should try out that are easy to find, let me know. I live in Florida, so pretty much anything that gets distributed here, I should be able to get a hold of it. Now there are some places, like if you want me to go to a certain brewery in fucking Tampa or something, then it's going to be a little difficult for me to do that. But if you know that your breweries that you like distro here to Florida, let me know. I'll see if I can find it, And please, please, please share the video, I'll leave all my social media shit in the description. I don't really like it's just too much goddamn work. Okay, so anyway, yeah. So that was a Founder's Dirty Bastard Scotch Ale. Very good. Check it out if you've never had it before. Or if you have had it before, just fucking buy some more. Because you know it's good already. Cheers.